Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I hope everything is working now. Apparently, there was a problem with going live on Twitch, which caused everything to hang up a little bit at the beginning there. But it says we're live on both the YouTubes and the Twitch now. So, I don't know. Hopefully, it's working now. Hi, my name is Charlie, and I am confuddled by the machinery. But luckily, I'm not alone. I have with me a Megan.
Hello.
And a Laura. And
Hey.
that was really weird because I've never had an error message when I hit go live before. So, yeah. Hello. All right. So, it's been a crazy day for me. My race cooker broke, and that's a nice thing to learn when smoke starts billowing out of it. I'm just saying, like, there are better times to know that your rice cooker just doesn't work anymore. But I now have a lovely plate of smoked rice and teriyaki stir fry that I made for myself for lunch that I will be getting into on the first sprint. Afterwards, I will be working on the outline and world building for Crypts and Wyverns. And hopefully you like that new intro. I've been dying to use that for a while.
It looked very nice.
I liked it a lot.
So what is everybody else going to be doing?
I'm going to be working on my novel, editing the novel, and hopefully making it sound prettier.
Nice.
The Endless Quest. There may be an echo in a second, but okay, there. I was just wanting to make sure that we were actually working. So I was loading up both the Twitch and the YouTubes just because I don't know. Paranoia that I'm made of. But I see us on both of them, so yay.
Hooray.
Yeah.
Hooray. So, hello to UCB. How are you doing today? Hello, Spence.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing? And, had gluten-free chicken curry tonight. That sounds amazing.
Yummy.
That sounds really good. I'm very happy for this because the moment that changed my life is when I learned how to make teriyaki sauce. Because I didn't know that it was just three things mixed together. And it's just soy, mirin, and sake in equal parts. Or in a ratio that you prefer it in. That's it. That's all it is. And once I discovered that, I was like, why does the bottle taste like crap? Because I don't like the stuff you buy from the store. So I am hungry, if you can't tell, because I haven't had lunch yet. Spence is going to be working on a new bullet journal just because I want to have one because you want to have one for Christmas. I'm confused. You're already doing your Christmas planning now, or you wanted one and you got one for Christmas and you're doing it now? Because you're Spence and you plan. So this could be like Christmas vampire planning. This could be you are already planning for December because you're just that much better than the rest of us, which is not like a dig. That's like absolutely true. I've read your stuff. Like you're at least better than me. Just gonna put that out there. Ooh, working on Iron Man. Oh, watching Iron Man 2. That's a fun one. You're starting your Christmas planning now. Wow.
That's really ahead of things.
My brain don't work like that. I wish it would.
Christmas present for one of my sisters I'm working on. It's a bunch of photos of my nephew. So I'm basically making a scrapbook for him.
Nice.
It's going to take forever.
I wish my brain worked like that. But see, I know anything that I would do now for later, I would either lose it between now and then, or I would completely change my mind between now and then, because this is also why I have no tattoos, because I know like I will love it for like a week and then I'll be like, why didn't I do this instead? Because I'm bad like that. You're already planning December because you got hella burnt out this year and didn't get to enjoy it at all. Aw, yeah, I feel that. We put up one scrawny Christmas tree and like those like 3 buildings were behind me. That was all the Christmas decorations we did this year. Hello, Abigail. How are you doing? You've got a book coming out very soon. Book 2 in your series. Can't wait, can't wait, can't wait. You've already got your Christmas present idea in mind? You'll start shopping the minute. Wow, like I wish. Y'all amaze me. Hello, Dia. How are you doing? Working on. Ooh, nice. Alrighty. So, not to like rush us into a thing, but you're not in the room smelling the stir fry sitting right there. And I'm assuming that's a fortunate thing, because it's driving me a little crazy right now. So I was thinking, because my phone won't open up, there we go, of just skipping the pleasantries. We normally start with let's just go with 15. Let's just do that, because why not? If I can't get that eaten in 15 minutes, I made way too much food. Let's be honest. It's supposed to be a lunch, not a dinner. In 2019, you were hella prepared. You have had presents for people bought in January.
My goodness.
Wow. I wish. You have a rule about having your Christmas shopping done before Nana. That's really smart. That's a smart idea. I might be able to do that in October, but not this far out. Wow. See, I had a grandmother that was like that too, and she did not pass those genes on to anyone. And well, my Aunt Karen, well, it's hard to tell because she just complains about everything and brags about everything. So she might just be lying about when she's prepared. So who knows? But maybe one of her kids. Got it. Alrighty. I am so excited to get working on this story. Let's get our first sprint underway, shall we? I have 15 minutes on the timer. If you have not been here in a while, my computer will not allow me to put anything on the screen that's like got like motion. So timers won't let me. Any of the pretty timers really won't let me. So I will be putting the time in the ticker down below that we will be coming back from the sprint. Okay. All right. Let's just do it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I will see you back here in 15 minutes. Beep, 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 beep. Hopefully, I don't have soy sauce all over my face. Before I do the stream, and I don't like it right in the middle of it. But it has been done. Ha! And I have to say, I put much more pepper in it than I thought I did. So if little curls of smoke or fire come out of my mouth, a lot more hot peppers went in than or the hot peppers were a lot significantly hotter than I thought. So either way, not mad at it. What did y'all do?
I got a bowl of cereal and I was on Twitter and I was just preparing for the next sprint.
I have been avoiding the Twitters all day.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in a good mood. Actually, I've avoided like all social media all day. I just went into my little scheduler and said, "You tell them this is happening. Bye now." Retreated. I'm in a good mood for once, and I don't want to spoil that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in the chat and then I was working on my short story. So I think I've cracked my anglerfish. So
Awesome.
I had to go through and change a little bit of it that I'd already written and take out the exposition part that isn't necessary anymore. And yeah, he's about to go find the fish part. So it's exciting.
That's awesome. I I had a huge breakthrough on my series, and I know how my two fantasy series will actually overlap with each other now. And they're in two completely different settings in two completely different worlds, but I know how they can actually overlap. So I'm very excited. Hello. Oh, heck, it moved on me. Well, hello to you too, Abigail, but I already said that. Hello, Kate. How are you doing? And actually, not to burst your bubble, Abigail, but her real name is not Aunt Karen, but she is a Karen. So I just refer to her as Aunt Karen because it's simpler that way. And then when I talk about my other aunts, I just use other names that I feel are appropriate as well. Because I don't want to call her out, because I know a lot of people are actually friends with me on the Facebook and will find her because she's there too. One of the many reasons I don't go to Facebook that often. She finds me. She comments on my stuff.
Ooh.
I don't need that. Hello, Alexis. How are you doing today? Neighbor word. That's wrong. I think spelled name. I hate. That's one of the words I don't like. I don't like neighbor. I don't like necessary. Oh, dear Lord. Every time I have to spell either of those two words, I go into like a more internal moral panic, because I can think of at least, especially for like neighbor and anything that has a British and an English spelling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like it will paralyze me, because both of them start dancing in my head. And then I start worrying about, have I been consistently using British or American spellings? Do I have to go back and change everything? What have I done? It's all kinds of crazy up in her. Hello, Mr. P. How are you doing? Are you working on a planner today? Are you working on a story? Are you just being the awesome?
They're working on their new journal.
By the way, I really like the videos you're doing. That if it wasn't for the fact that I don't know where all the bookshelves are going in here yet, I really wanted to bring in the pin board and actually make a Kanban board after watching your Kanban video. But I have a feeling I'm probably going to have to put it right here. And then I'm just like, is that actually going to be usable? Figure that out once we figure this room out. Let's see. Where are we? I see a Brandon came in. Hello. How are you doing? And I would expect nothing less than you kicking the door in because you are the Brandon. All right, so here we are. CB got 386 words. That is amazing. Dea got 161. That is awesome. I can't wait to get back to drafting. This is an unnatural state for me to exist in, trying to make sure I have all my outlining done. Oh, this is backwards to the way I normally work. I want to get back to the draft. Do you know what I noticed earlier in the film? When Pepper and Natalie are working at the coffee table, there's a can of Dr. Pepper sitting on the table in front of Pepper. You know that wasn't an accident. Like, that's just somebody being cheeky. Like, that's amazing. You don't know how many words, but you remember. I feel like that most times, especially when I forget to hit the reset on my word counter, because I'm not going to go back and... I'm lazy when it comes to word counting. It is what it is. So you've been hitting some tricky but essential cogs. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of stuff in... Yeah, y'all don't need to know what's going on in my story yet until I get it all figured out. Because I think the thing I was just about to talk about, I think I'm going to change. So, hello, Nikki. How are you doing? Let's see. Everything just jumped again. I'm sorry for going a bit fast through here, but I actually want to be getting some of the work done myself. So I'm just kind of trying to breeze in here, breeze through here real quick. My new favorite series. Ooh. I will have to check that out. Yes. Her name should have been Karen. It really should. Because, yes. Hello, Lauren. How are you doing? Glad to see you here. And yeah, I really want to get it going. I have a virtual compound board that I made in Scapple that I really don't use because the purpose of digitizing it was I can't see all the time, so I can easily forget it because I'm a bad person.
See, I have a Post-it note Kanban board on the back of my door. Don't touch it.
Hello, Kat. That's what I'm thinking. Like, if I actually were to put it right here, because there's a wall, right? It's an ugly wall, but there's a wall right there, right next to me. I couldn't help but see it every time I reach over to get my drink. But I'd also have to lean over the little table that I keep the drinks on, which would be an excuse not to actually use it.
You don't want to knock any drinks over.
I don't want to spill anything. But that would be a natural, like, I couldn't escape it. It would just be right there, mocking me constantly. With those high-pitched, squealy voices telling me everything that I need to be doing that I'm not. I just went to a haunted place. Let's leave there. Let's see. Did I say hello to all the new peoples? I think I did. Lauren is going to be working on a Phoenix poem for your fantasy anthology. That is awesome. I have a fondness for phoenixes. In fact, two of the projects I'm working on right now have phoenixes in them. One is very evil because I wanted it to be that way. And do you know how hard it is to find things to call an evil phoenix that aren't dark phoenix because you don't want Marvel to sue you?
That's tricky.
Because you really want to say dark phoenix. It's instinctive, both because it flows so naturally, because Phoenix is fire and the evil fire is darkness, right? Like, it's a natural opposite, but I don't want to get sued by Disney. Who am I kidding? They're going to do it eventually anyway.
They might make a formidable enemy.
Nice. Yeah, it will be fun when I eventually have my showdown with them, but hopefully not over this. Like, you got to pick your battles, and honestly, I have some that I would like to pick, but this isn't it. All right, so now that we're into regular sprinting, we bounce back and forth depending on y'all's mood between 20s and 25s. What are you feeling today? Because honestly, I'm feeling like going and getting my. When I come back, I may have a weighted blanket over my shoulders. Just saying. That's just
I
the
love
place
my weighted blanket.
I love mine too. It's so nice just to like fall asleep underneath it, and
Oh,
it just
yeah.
like puts you to sleep almost instantly, and you're just like, ah.
The hubby refers to his as his huggy blanket. It's like time to get hugged by the blanket, and then he throws it over himself at night. And it makes me like makes me smile. Okay, I see a 25. I see nobody else saying any no one contradicting. So 25 going once, going twice. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of notifications that just showed up on my phone when I picked it up to set a timer. I think people just noticed that I posted some things on the Instagram. Or Instagram finally decided to notify me that people like hit buttons related to the thing that I told it to put on the Instagram. ICCB with the 25 as well.
25 sounds good.
25 sounds good. Alrighty. So make sure that you have something to hydrate with. I do not. So I will be starting the sprint by going and getting my pot of tea. Oh crap. I need to get it started because I forgot to boil water. So I will be getting it started and setting a second timer that will tell me when the water's boiled so I can go back in there and pour it into the teapot. So I would have all the timers. Yay!
Yay!
You be better than me. Have something next to you that you can drink. Because, yeah. Make sure you're saving your work. Make sure you're doing posture checks every now and then. And I kind of wish that that both YouTube and Twitch allowed for the things where people can remind you to like do a posture check and stuff. But, oh well. At least they can't make me sing like I made Kat sing the other day on her channel. Love you, Kat.
That's true.
Alrighty, so 25 minutes on the clock. I will see you all back here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Beepity beep, beepity beep, beepity beep, beepity beep, beepity beep, beepity beep.
It's like, I don't remember that in this song.
And we're done. So, I got tea made. I broke my timeline, and I can't figure out how I did that because I started putting things on it, and they're not going into the right places. And I don't know why it doesn't understand basic chronology anymore. Like if you say that this is on year 1 and this is on year 10, which comes first? The one in year 1. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know why it doesn't understand this anymore. I don't know what I did, but I apparently checked the checkbox that I shouldn't have checked somewhere. So,
Oh
because I'm at that point where I need to set up the chronology to make sure that each group's history overlaps properly. So I understand like the relationships to each other, and I'll figure it out.
no. I made tea too.
Yay! I'm very happy. It's my caramel apple, which is my happy tea.
I went with straight mint.
Nice.
Love a good mint tea. So what all did y'all do?
Let's see. I worked on beta reading, and I was initially editing, but then I gave up on that. I was like, this is hard. I'm putting this away for a little while.
I was working on my story and had to go back to figure out how many words I'm allotted for this story, and it has to be less than 2,000. So I should be good.
That's good.
I'm at like 14 right now. 14,000. 1,400.
Word counts can be tricky. I always think too big or too small. Hello, Mary. How are you doing today? Let's see. The fact that ow. Okay, I just burnt my hand on my teapot. Tea's hot.
Careful.
I have my teapot sitting a little too close to my where I put my cup, and now I have tea spilt everywhere. Luckily, I keep paper towels back here just because I mess up everything. All right. Anyway, while that's soaking up, let's see. The fact that I heard floorboards creak, and whenever I go check them, my laptop glitches, makes me think your boy is about to get to get horror movie. My life has been a horror movie over the last couple, like, is it weeks or do I say months now? Because we've had the weird ghost stuff at the restaurant with stuff being like flying across the room. And we had the thing here where the thing flew across the room from over there. And it had the weird sound effect. Honey, they're just active right now. There's too much energy in the air. We just need to calm the F down.
Devin's here.
Devin's here. Hello, Devin.
And
So
Ellie
much chat, and everything just jumped. Hello, Alley Cat. Hello, Devin. I don't remember if I said hello to Eva or not, but hello, Eva. Anybody who's doing the drinking game, it just jumped all over the place. Oh no, there's Eva coming in. Hello, hey. There we go. CB with our 495 words. That is amazing. Love seeing that. Though I do get a little bit of the jealousy because I just think to myself, one day I'll be drafting again. One day. One day. Oh. That soup sounds amazing. Like between you and Spence, like all I want is soup now. Y'all are just, holy crap, Abigail. 699 words. I'm sorry. I see that and I just cheat and just write one more word, just the, or whatever the next word in the next sentence might be. Just, I don't know, the. Get that up to around 700. That is amazing. That's amazing. Let's see. Dear Rob got 512. That is awesome.
Nice.
We have a quote from the CD. At a loss for what else to do, I called. I like the drama. Mary says, I wrote and sent a few emails to college people who aren't my professors. I have no idea what their titles are, but I emailed them. Man, I as somebody who did not go to college, not because I did not intend to go to college, but because they sent my transcripts to the wrong schools and I got accepted to the wrong schools. Because you dropped your envelopes off in the state I went to. I'm in Maryland at the time. You dropped your envelopes off for the colleges that you intended to go to, and they put everything into the envelopes, and you had to have everything on the outside. So apparently, at some point in the counselor's office, they knocked over all the envelopes and just thought they put everything back in the right order. So I got accepted to 2 colleges that I had never heard of before, including Essex Bible College in Essex, Maryland, which I had never heard of before, but they accepted me, and I did not go. I did go out there and check it out because it was a little shack out in the woods. It was frightening, but like it was one of those things like you felt like you were going into a horror movie. It's like, oh, so this is how my life ends. But yeah, like I'm sure it's a nice place, but not for me.
We're glad you still live.
Oh. It was creepy. And then, of course, everything else that happened, and no. But I thought things were complicated back then. But that was before all the emails and all the craziness that people are going through right now with the, is it in person? Is it not in person? Is it... College shouldn't be this, complicated. Grab that ghost by the scruff of the neck and drag him back to hell so it can... Yeah. See, I have... Well, I know one of the ghosts that haunts the house is one of my grandmothers, because she actually, when we're not doing well, we all have dreams about her. Like, when something bad's happening in the family, we all have dreams about her, and they're very often the same, not the same dream exactly, but she says the same things to us. So, and also our old toilet, she would flush occasionally when she got angry. There were certain words she didn't like, and people didn't believe me, and you just say the word and the toilet would flush. And they'd be like, it doesn't work like that. And I'm like, okay, then you say it. And then they'd say the word and the toilet would flush. Grandma don't like that word. Don't say that word. Not in the house. She's not going to put up with it. And the other two, we don't know who they are, but they're basically harmless. They get a little annoying sometimes. But yeah, I'm not put off by them. Though a couple of our employees don't like the one because he can be a little gruff. Though we do have some fun video of him doing stuff. Let's see. Everyone has been living in a horror movie since March. Yeah, kinda. Yeah. Very slow motion horror movie. Brandon, don't incur my grandmother's ire. She'll come for you. She will come for you. See, when you lived in your previous apartment, we had a Liam Neeson calendar, and every time I looked at the calendar, a pair of giant sharp red scissors would come flying off the fridge. Okay, when we first moved into this house, before we had cleaned it out, every time I would put on a certain kind of music, stuff would fly off of one of the counters, like right at my face. Like they're dents in our living room floor from stuff that just like slamming into it. And yeah, sometimes you got to clean your space. That's not a bad thing to do. Sometimes you got to clean your space. See, we keep telling the piano man and the whistler that like they're allowed to be there, but they need to be a little bit more like overt in what they're doing so that they can be a tourist attraction and we can make more money. Like it's fine. It's like it's fine that you're harassing the employees, but maybe occasionally just like spook one of the patrons or something, so that like let them catch like show up in one of the pictures or something when they're taking a group shot at one of the tables or something. Like help us out. Like we could make a lot more money if we were that haunted restaurant in in southeastern Missouri. Like that's kind of like paying rent, but. So far, they have not obliged. They have spilled a few beers on people, though, which those videos are just bizarre to watch. It's like Rube Goldberg's of like, how can I get beer to spill into somebody's lap? Like they're insane. One of your closest pal gets ghosties following her around from sometimes. One was a fellow named Louis Lewis. One of those, he was murdered. Cool dude. Yeah, friendly ghosts are awesome. Most of ours are friendly, but yeah, the one gets a little brusque if you don't. He likes it when you sing. Like you got to make him happy and like sing, like entertain him. He gets bored. We have a really fun video of our night manager running out of the place because we warned him, like, just like if a song comes on that you like during closing, just sing along to it, like make him happy. And she didn't believe us, and he literally chased her out of the restaurant one night. And we've got a really fun video and a wonderful voicemail from her, like, the hell are you talking? Which one of you stuck in there? And I was like, no, we warned you. We warned you. We weren't lying. We weren't lying. There are spookies in there. They like it when you sing. Stop being mean to the spookies, and the spookies will stop being mean to you. She learned. But it's always fun when you get a new employee working for you who's a skeptic. They don't stay that way for very long. Alrighty. We are on our third sprint. I've got another 25 minutes on the timer. Hopefully I will get something done other than figuring out what I did wrong with my timeline.
Good luck.
Make sure you are saving your work. Make sure you're hydrating. Do your posture checks. Let's get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Beep, 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 beep. Believe it or not, that was 25 minutes. And I didn't want to stop because Hour of the Wolf by Tribulation from their forthcoming album just started playing. And, I can't wait for this album to come out. I can't wait to wait till the end of the month. The song is so good. I love this band way, way too much. And I almost was like, well, they won't even notice if I just like let this go for a little bit. I mean, so I fixed my timeline, figured out what was
Yay!
I did, in fact, tick a box that basically had each era restarting at year one when I did not mean to do that. So when I put an item on there, it didn't know which year one was year one. And it was just like, I don't know, over here. So, oopsie. But I got my timeline fixed. I know what year Lightfell was founded. I know what year the story is taking place in, which is even more important in a lot of ways. I'm trying to figure out how detailed I want some of this background history to be, because I think mainly what I need to focus on is what's in the town. And I kind of want to try to limit it to just the places the characters might go, but I'm not. I need to like parallel my world building and my that thing I call an outline. To figure out, to make sure I have all of the things laid out, because when you're doing one of those stories where there's like a new threat, but also an ancient evil that needs to be watched, and like stuff. I don't know. I broke myself. Holy crap. Sorry, I just looked up and saw that y'all put in 51 messages in the chat.
Lots of wrestling talk.
Okay. What did the rest of y'all end up doing?
I got out.
To join. Sorry.
That's okay. What were you saying?
Tessa wants to join.
Oh, yeah. Tessa wants to join.
I was supposed to send Tessa a thing. Yeah, I'm terrible. I'm sorry. I meant to do that. And then I got distracted because I accidentally created a conling over the last 3 days. I'm that person.
As you do.
As you do. I just... There you go. Sent you a link. Sorry about that. But I will say the months are all in the language of the gods, because I actually created the language of the gods. So
nice.
Anyway, you were saying?
So I got out my dictionary and I'm looking up various verbs that are interesting to start peppering into my work. I need to up my vocabulary. It's very limited at the moment. I used to have a much larger working vocabulary, but then I stopped using most of the words, and so now I have to
I have found
up my vocab.
I just have to say, people should do this more often. I noticed that I get into a rut where I find 3 words I really, really like, and then I always do this word. I'm echoing over there. And then I have to remind myself there are other words in the English language that I could be using. Because I don't know if it's how much of it's I forgot my vocabulary and how much of it is I just got used to I really like this word and I'm just going to use it all the dang time. And yeah, everybody should get into the habit of periodically just pulling out a thesaurus. Find those words that you use way, 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 way too much. And be like, what are other words? What do they mean? What are the nuances here?
Yeah. I like to use a thesaurus when I'm using the same word in like 2 sentences back to back. It's like, no, I can't do this. It needs to have variation.
And I also want to recommend, if anybody hasn't played with them, there's the Building Better Characters book, the Emotion Thesaurus, and the Description Thesaurus that are out there, which are really good when you find yourself constantly describing things exactly the same way. And the people who did the Emotion Thesaurus also did the Urban Description Thesaurus and the Rural Description Thesaurus, which are nice to remind you that there are different ways that you can describe brick walls and cement. And
I'm gonna have
all
to
of
add
those.
these lists to my birthday wish list because I could use those.
I really like the emotional thesaurus because I'm one of those people that everyone in my story either has stomach issues or a very rubbery, noodly neck, because they're always either nodding or shaking their head or shrugging, or their heads are just constantly doing this throughout the scene, or they're all having weird things happen in their gut as they're experiencing different emotions. And I'm really bad at either everyone has indigestion or everybody's heads just wibble wobbling around like a crazy noodle.
Too much IBS, man.
Yeah, I'm really bad at that. And so out comes the emotional thesaurus. You look up the emotion and you go, oh, they don't have to be wibbly wobbling their head all about. This is a heavy metal concert. Everyone doesn't have to headbang. Yay! How are you doing, Tess? Are you with us?
Yeah, I'm trying to say hi to everybody here that I'm all popping up in my thing. I was hearing voices again and I realized that I had that screen open again. So I finally found it, but I couldn't find the StreamYard tab. I'm like, where is it to get back? So I did finally find it. I have too many tabs.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I actually keep a separate browser that I run browser window that I keep StreamYard in, so I can just scroll over to that desktop, and it's just my StreamYard. Because if I don't, I will lose it every time.
I use OneTab, which is like fantastic for helping me control the number of tabs I have open. I usually only keep a few open at a time, but I tend to like open 50 tabs at a time. And so one tab will just squish it all into one document, so you save it. And it's a Google Chrome plugin. So if you use Google Chrome, it's free and it's fantastic.
I will definitely have to look into that because I'm one of those people that's really upset that they don't let you do tab folders anymore. Because I used to use that feature all the time, but I think I was one of 3 people who used tab folders and knew that was a thing that you could do in a browser, which is why they got rid of it. But I miss that. I miss that so much.
I need a folder for all of my fanfics that I have open on tabs.
And the nice thing is with it, you can share your page of links. So if you are like, oh, I have a whole bunch of stuff, you can share the page with someone and they can check out your links too.
That's really cool. That I like that. So hello, Jen. I wanted to make sure I said hello to you because I see people saying hi in the chat. What are you going to be working on today, Tess?
I have a lot of beta reader feedback to go through, and I mean a lot to wade through, and I'm trying to keep track of everything so I know what each person said, so I have an idea. So it's taken me a little bit longer to go through, and I'm making the quick changes, like the stupid little forgot the second quotation mark in my dialogue and those kind of things. I'm trying to do them as I go along, but the bigger stuff, the rewrites, I want to keep, them and do them at the end because they're going to be a little bit harder for me to handle. So
that's always a tricky thing to keep track of.
Yeah,
me.
it's a lot of stuff, and I'm like I said, I want to compare, so I want to know, if a bunch of people don't like something, then obviously there's a problem. But if only one person has a problem with it, it may not be worth changing. So I kind of want to get an idea, what is what. So I made a spreadsheet, and I'm busy putting all the information I'm gathering into that spreadsheet so that I can, yeah. So that's basically what one of the things that I need to do. Plus, I have a lot of blog posts that I need to write. I'm kind of behind in that, but either or, one or the other.
We were having a debate the other day whether me actually starting to blog again is starting a new project or continuing a project that I have neglected for years.
Years. Okay. For years, it is kind of new, but it is existing. So that in that way, it's not new. So.
It really is an ecumenical matter. CB got 513 words. Yay. Rob got, I almost said 300. 533. Don't let me shortchange you like that. That is amazing. Abigail got dinner and watched the first 8 minutes of Enola Holmes. I love that movie. Enola Holmes. Millie Bobby Brown. It's so good in that. So good. And the guy that she ends up meeting, and it's just I'm gonna have to say, Henry Cavill. I have liked him as an actor for a long time. I got really confused by his Superman because he's a much better actor than that. But then again, I always forget the influences of Zack Snyder. But he is so good as Sherlock. I could take a spinoff that's just the Mycroft and Sherlock from the Enola Holmes movies. Their chemistry together is so oh yes. All of it. Give me more. Just give me all of it.
You've seen The Man from U.N.C.L.E., right?
Yes, he did Man from U.N.C.L.E.
He was good in that too.
Which is a great movie that very few people have it didn't get the love it deserved.
It's so good. I own that one.
So good. I am glad that you liked the pep talk video. I was really concerned about putting it out because when I start talking about yay meaninglessness, that can really confuse a lot of people. And I just went, yeah, this is kind of how I'm feeling. So I'm going to put it out there anyway. And yes, the world is gloriously meaningless. And that is a wonderful thing because that means we get to create our own meaning. Yay. You actually subscribe to dictionary.com's word of the day to learn new words. That is very helpful. I'm old enough, I remember buying them word of the day calendars. I was one of them. Hello, Adrian. How are you doing? Yes, we are about to get into another sprint. I've just tried to get caught up on chat. Hello, Jules. Spent all day yesterday reorganizing your bookshelves. I need to. I'm just leaving the books in boxes right now because I don't need them. Yikes. Oh, anyway. Today, my mom handed me back a stack of books that she borrowed from me. Now I have to rearrange again. Yeah. See, I just know there are going to be giant stacks of books as I go through each box because the hubby in his infinite wisdom just boxed up stuff randomly and not all from the shelves. I can't just unbox it and put it back up the way it was in the other place. He meant well. At least I keep telling myself that. He meant well. Let's see.
Bye, Mary.
Fun. I hope that dinner is yummy. I have no idea what we're doing tonight. I meant to ask, but we were both kind of in a place, and the dog was having a moment of just like, "You're going to leave me," and we just trying to keep her calm because she's been having a lot of separation anxiety lately when the hubby leaves for work. And
Oh,
if you want to know what that sounds like, during Perfect Pancake the other day, the hubby left right before we went live, and you could actually hear her in the background moaning. Like,
poor baby.
he left me, and I'm here with you. You could have stopped this. No, I couldn't. Not even if I wanted to. He's kind of headstrong. He does what he wants. Alrighty then. So we are about to start our next 25-minute sprint. Make sure you are saving your documents. Do not feed the gremlins. They have gotten enough from us. Save your work. Save it. Keep it. Send it to a friend. Back it up. Do not lose the work that you're doing. And maybe read the check boxes that you're checking when you're setting things up. Why not? Because then you don't have to spend like 15 minutes trying to figure out how you broke a thing that if you just read what you were clicking in the first place, it wouldn't have been a problem. Be better than me. That's the moral of the story. Every stream I do, the moral of the story is be better than me. Learn from my mistakes. Make sure that you're hydrating. If you haven't gotten up and moved around for a bit, we've been doing this, oh my goodness, for almost 2 hours already. If you've not gotten up and moved around, maybe just do a quick lap around the room. Go play with your dog. She'll enjoy it, except for mine right now. She's finally asleep, so I'm going to leave her be. We are going to get started on this sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I will see you back here in 25 minutes. Beepity beep, beepity beep, beepity beep, beepity beep. We are done with that sprint. And I just have to say, if you're still in the chat, Abigail, you're a cheeky one. But I am glad that you liked the new video. So I may have responded to somebody's comment on a recent video of mine. And kind of reevaluated how I'm approaching this, because I think I'm at that phase where I'm debating what things have I put on my to-do list that are procrastination and not actually moving me towards where I want to be, and what are things that I actually need to get done. Like, I know I need to get the character profiles done, because if I don't know who the characters are, I can't write them that well. Like, that needs to be done. I don't think I need a full 1,000-year history of the city that only 1/4 of the book is going to take place in, because I don't need all that. I am the kind of person who really wants to do that, but no, I don't need that. So I have refocused myself, and I'm probably going to start just working on characters and limit my world building to the stuff necessary for the characters to exist, at least at the moment. What did y'all do? Oh, and we picked up a cat, if anybody didn't know.
Well, I fed the doggies and worked on finding more interesting words to use in my draft.
I've finished my Soot story.
Yay!
So it
That
is
was for a while.
1,877 words. So I got halfway through and then got a little bit stuck with trying to figure out how to make my anglerfish creature work. So I sidetracked myself with writing horror prompts and working on my blog and doing all those other things and fixing my website a little bit. And now I finally got back to my Soot story and finished it.
Yay!
I'm really good at distracting myself, finding things to completely derail what I'm doing. So I feel that.
Like I came up with 80 horror prompts in the weekend.
My goodness. That is a lot of horror prompts.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
Though it does kind of make me want to just do a short story collection that's nothing but me answering your prompts, and just call it Laura's Madcap Adventure through Charlie's
No
Concept.
new projects.
I know. I said, want to. Didn't say I was going to do it. But thank you. I do need this. I think I may be sending out, like, I don't know what's the Greek letter, like 5 before alpha, because I am still debating on whether or not the style that I wrote the first 3 chapters in the story in is the style I want to keep. Like, the genre, I'm fine with. It's the style. And I may need some, like, super pre-alpha readers to give me some feedback if anybody is interested, because I've reread them a couple times, and there's things I like, and there's things that I don't know. But a lot of it's just me very confused about writing in first person for the first time in forever. What did you work on, Tess?
Well, I'm still working on my very first beta reader. She was very detailed, gave me a lot to think about. Some of this is going to take some rewriting because she's right. I mean, you know, I can see it now. I couldn't see it when I was writing it. And there's a lot of things, you know, like you read so often that your mind sees something. It's not really there.
You don't have to tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong, but I feel like this was Natalie Locke who did. She
No.
is. No,
No,
She's
no,
she's
no.
really good at like looking at a story, X-raying it, and being like, "Yeah, forgot this," and like
No.
she
But she's very good. I mean, she is published and very, very detailed on, that was, you know, she answered all the questions in a lot of detail. And like, if I looked at those questions, I would like not know where to even begin to answer them. And she filled the whole thing out. And now I'm doing all the comments on, for the things that she thought that didn't fall into the questions, all the comments now that she made on the side. And I haven't, except for one spot, and she confused me because I don't know what she's talking about. Everything has been, right on, really needed to be fixed or changed. So,
What did you work on, Kat?
The reason I wasn't in here was I was working on my soup.
Ooh.
The soups.
You can't have cheesy potato soup without cheese, so I had to cut a bunch of cheese,
That is the thing.
which I'm gonna have to go stir right now.
I have to say, Gouda is very Gouda in soup.
I'm just using cheddar but I have a sharp cheddar and a mild cheddar that I put in it.
See, we have this fortunate thing of we have a restaurant we can borrow cheese from. That's been there for a while and might be getting, just a little stale. So, we just like put a little bit in the coffer and be like, I guess we'll take that home and deal with that ruddy smoked Gouda. I mean, such a burden. I know how brave we are to do
I'll be
this.
back. I have to go check. I have to go stir
A
that.
burden of cheese.
The burden of cheese. Thank you. It went over better than I thought, and nobody has said anything terrible about the thumbnail because I was really concerned about doing one of my weird selfie pictures for the cover like that. But I had an idea, and I was like, I know it would be perfect for this. And I took the picture, I made the picture, and then I was just like, I'm sorry, everyone. In advance, I'm sorry. Hello, BC. How are you doing today? Looks like you popped in the last few minutes of the last sprint. Rats. Well, you know what? We are on the forced march today, and in 3 minutes, we'll be starting the next sprint. So it's a thing what will be happening very shortly. And today's Wednesday.
Yep.
Time. So Laura is streaming starting at 9.
In an hour and a half.
In an hour and a half. Okay. Time won't give me time. Okay, so that's Yay, I had the time correct in my head. Yay. All right. That's a first. Me and time zones. Welcome back, Nikki. How are you doing? I hope everything is going well. You're going to open some wine and let it breathe. Ooh, you've got a girls' night video call. That's awesome. That is awesome. I think the only wine we have in the house is the really nasty wine, but I get to drink it because the hubby doesn't like it. So yay, more me. CB got 171 words that time. Yay. DC was able to crank out. Does that say? Is that 80 or 84 words? Sorry, my eyes are.
Yeah,
doing
84.
Oh yeah. Oh, you have, yes. It's everything that I can do because I'm really wanting to put together a playlist to write this story to, because that really helps me to have a playlist that's like right on point. And so over the weekend, I put together what I thought would be a really good playlist for this setting, and I put it on in the background, and I was like, oh, I picked like half the wrong songs. Like I've already deleted like half the songs on it because it's like, nope. But no, I am not doing playlist stuff right now. It's not. but I have to find something else to put on in the background because playlist is not working. Oh no! Yeah, brain melt has been a thing for me. Oh, you've been working since 8 a.m. this morning?
Go to don't go to
That's
bed.
a long
Stop.
day.
That is a very long day.
Caramel apple tea. I believe she's actually talking about the same one because she just got some of the Republic of Teas. TTs. They're really good and they're very relaxing because they're rooibos. So they never had caffeine in them in the first place. Plus they got all the antioxidants and everything in them. They're nice and relaxing and chill making, which is honestly what I need in life. And CB is going off to bed. Bye bye. Have the fun. And Jen got 673 words. That
Wow.
is awesome. You are making progress. That's awesome. Well, hearing that level up music in the background means it's time for us to do another sprint. All the sounds on my phone are Final Fantasy themed because I have a problem, y'all. It's deep. It's abiding. Maybe I'll start playing Final Fantasy IV as a wind down at night. It's such a silly little game. Anyway, distractions aside, make sure you're saving your work. Make sure that you're hydrating. Don't be better than me. Don't hunch your back. That's not where ideas come from. Check your posture. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. If you haven't gotten up and moved in a while, maybe do that because we've been doing this for quite some time. All right. I am going to flesh out. I think I'm going to do the characters in reverse order because I know a lot about Echo and Scythe already because they were sort of the two characters I knew really, really well. So I think I'm going to start at the bottom with Emily and work my way back up because I know the least about her. Yeah, I really know the least about her. I know her name and her species and her class. So yeah, I'm probably going to start working on Emily Pendragon because she wants her name to be Emily Pendragon, and I don't care. Fine, sure, we're doing that.
She a fan of Merlin?
See, the thing is, I know actually why she wants that name, and it is such a. I don't know if she's going to explain it in story or not, but I definitely need to write down why she picked that name, and it actually has nothing to do with King Arthur. It's a thing. It's like the one thing I know about her is when she popped into my head, she's like, I was like, Emily, your name is Emily. She's like, and it was like, yes, Emily Pendragon. Pendragon? Oh yes. Blah, 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 blah.
Yes,
that's-
write this down and put it in and have somebody like, so like King Arthur? And no.
No. She has reasons. She has all the reasons. And I love her because she's a fastidious knight. Like, and oh, I'm in love. Anyway, we've got 25 minutes on the timer. I'm going to get it started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I will see you back here in 25 minutes. Beep 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 beep. So, how did everybody do? I did some work on Miss Emily. I created her picture in Artbreeder. Isn't it lovely? I like the idea that she's a very girly girl knight because I like a good girly girl knight. It's gonna be a girly girl goth night. Yay! Because it's me. I'm writing this. But it took forever to get. Do you know how hard it is in Artbreeder to get somebody to have white hair and not be like 1,000 years old? When you start adjusting the settings to make the hair white, it's like, oh, you want somebody older? No. No, I don't. I want her to have silvery hair. It's like a thing that I want. But I'm very happy with how she turned out. I think she looks good. I love this.
Very gorgeous.
And I like all the purple. I love the violet eyes. That was very important to me. And also not easy to do in Artbreeder. But
Really nice.
So yay! I basically spent time doing that, and while I was there, I actually made what I think is going to be the portrait I'm going to use for Ghost Echo at the same time, because I think I thought I might be able to use it to make him as well, and it looks good. Ooh, soup. Soup.
Yummy. That looks so good.
I am a fan of soup.
I want a bowl.
It is unfair in a world without Wonka vision. But yay! So I'm going to show you a picture of Echo, but I'll save that for when I actually start working on them, because they did not download yet. So apparently I did not click the download button because it's not in my Google Drive. So I will show you that one later, because since he is one of the magical furries, I used their furry generator to make him. Well, he is. He's a magical furry, and yay, that worked. The other two I'm going to have to do something completely different for, because they don't really have presets or easy ways to make, murder radishes or other such things. So I will have to make them in a different way. But I thought I could do this, and I did. So what did everybody else work on?
I was going through the dictionary some more. I made it to the E's. Oh, actually, I'm in the F's now. So I'm moving quite along in the letters.
Nice.
I am done with my Soot story for now, so I'm putting it aside so I can edit it with fresh eyeballs. And so now I'm coming up with more horror prompts.
More prompts. All the prompts. I'm really excited about that, because I would like. I know. I'm gonna keep Kat from yelling at me. I'm gonna stop. But eventually, I will have worked through my current spate of things that I want to do, and I'll be like, I need an idea, and I will know that out there is a whole bunch of prompts from Laura to get me up and running again.
Working on batch number 80 to 100.
Nice.
Wow.
So, more of the putting things together, Tessa?
Yeah, still. Forever, it seems. And I just barely touched the edge of it.
That is the way of the editing beast. Like, hey, I'm going to do a thing, and then you're just like, oh, there's so much.
I didn't realize how much. Like I said, when you read something, a lot of times your brain sees something that's not there. So like sometimes a lot of these things don't catch that she's caught because she's looking at it with a fresh eye. I've seen it so much, I see it there. I don't realize it's missing.
I'm very bad at that because I have very vivid imagery in my mind when I'm writing, and I always think that I write it down. I always think that I write it down until I go back and I reread it, and I'm just like, where did the description go?
Well, that's the other thing. She kept telling me, you're talking about this, but you didn't talk about it before. And I'm like, well, I know I did. And I thought, no, I thought it. So therefore, I assumed that I wrote it. And so to me, it was there. But to somebody reading it, it was not there. I'm like, I have to put my reader hat on and look at it with different eyes than the writer part of me. It's difficult. Never did this before.
It's tricksy. And Kat, I'm assuming you made soup.
I need to.
And there's nothing wrong with that. See, in my mind, she's like, what if Elizabeth Taylor did movies? Like young Elizabeth Taylor does action movies. It's kind of the character as she exists in my mind.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow, actually, that's fantastic. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
And so I needed the violet. She had to have the violet eyes because that's the one thing that Elizabeth Taylor was famous for. Is her eyes had this quality about them that they looked almost purple on film. That they had that violet look to them, and yeah, that had to be there because
I have to ask, as someone who has done a report, so I know some of the things her husband said about her, or her, like she has said about herself, as she's not remarkably beautiful. She just has like big boobs and a good personality. Because she, like, that's part of like her eyes and her boobs.
yeah. And the fact that she was very outspoken and never cowed to people who told her to shut up, which, given the era in which she was an actress, was an extremely brave thing to do because they didn't put up with women who had, opinions.
Wasn't she one of the first female actresses to ever get over $1 million for a project?
Yep.
Because she's like, I'll do it for this, and they're like, okay. And apparently she was joking.
Yeah, Elizabeth Taylor is an amazing person, an amazing actress. She's one of my favorites. And when this character first popped into my mind, it was just like this would be a role that if she were around today, a young Elizabeth Taylor would pick up to be her first action role. And I'm just like, just the idea of her in an action movie just makes my heart flutter. just I need it so much. So much. Kate got 149 words. That is awesome. This is supposed to be the fun scene, but for some reason, you're writing the struggle bus on this one. Just remember, keep your mind spacious. If there's not room in your mind for the words to flow, the words won't flow. So take a deep breath. If you know how to do a 4-fold breath, try something like that. If you have access to the Headspace app, they actually have a short creativity meditation where you basically imagine a small ball of light fill your body, fill the room, and keep expanding out, and just letting yourself experience that openness. And it really does help a lot because that is where our creativity comes from, is having space for it to actually flow. So maybe that'll help. Helps me when I get into that place. Abigail got 197 words and I chose to pronounce that.
Fabulous.
Granted, I've been practicing my throat singing, so I really wanted to be like. But, that's just because if I can pull it off, I'm going to like freak Jace out on his birthday stream, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get my false chords up where I want them to be to do them on a karaoke. But working on it. Jen, that is amazing. 637 words. That is awesome. You've been writing for hours. Yes. Yes, Abigail has. She's just really pushing through. Maggie says, when I had my stroke, my family didn't call until 2 months later to find out if I was going to be able to say, family can sometimes be the worst. Remember, and I feel like I point this out way more than I probably should, but the phrase blood is thicker than water means the opposite of the way it's commonly used. The full sentence is, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. So it actually means the opposite. The people that you are with because you have agreed to be together, those are the relationships that are tighter than the loose associations that occur by birth. And it's wonderful when the people that the family that you were born into have those tight connections with each other. But that's not always the case. So okay.
She wants me to read something to see if it's horror.
Yeah, you can. You are a mod, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're just being polite, which is awesome, but I believe you're a mod. Go ahead. Promote. Self-promote away. Yes, you are a mod. Promote away. Put it in there. Have the fun with it. Our talk timer went off. I'm quickly scanning through to see if I missed anything. Yeah, they actually have a whole creativity course in there, which is a lot of exercises to help you learn how to bring that spaciousness into your consciousness and into your mind, which actually reminds me of something a teacher of mine took me through like a long time ago. But yeah, it's a really good meditation app. It's the one that I use a lot. But yeah, it's in their short meditations. It's a 5 to 15. I think they have a 5, 10, 15 or 20 minute version of it, depending on what you want to do. And it's a really good meditation to just clear the mind and get yourself ready to do stuff. See, Nikki read some, is reading Vampire Academy fan fiction. And I think I stopped being polite a long time ago. Like, I don't think that I'm rude. Well, I'm probably considered rude by a lot of people, but I'm not one for pleasantries. Like, it's the one thing that I always say. You don't have to ask, is Charlie mad at me? You'll know. It is not. I do not hide it. It is not healthy to hide such things. Yeah, it is a really good app. I like the guy who does it. If you have Netflix and you want to check out and see if it's for you, they just did an entire series on Netflix about meditation and mindfulness. But I really like them. They have different readers who guide through the meditations. Quite a few of the meditations, you can actually pick which voice you want to hear it in, so that it's a voice that actually resonates with you. And I like that a lot. And I also like that they have a slider for time for most of the meditations, because sometimes you don't have time for like a really long one, and sometimes you're just like, I want to blast out as far into the territories of Satori and Zen as I can get, just because a lot of it's just open space where you're just sitting there and they're not talking, and it extends those out. So yes, I do. I've had an account with them for a while. I also use them to sleep. Their sleep sounds are some of the best. The Monastery Rain, I think it's Monastery Drizzle, is the one that we do now. It's like rain sounds, but you can hear like faint, like Japanese bells, like tinging in the distance, and it's very calming, very soothing. Knocks me out, and I need that. Hello, Bex. How are you doing? Don't be sorry. I do enough streams. I'm sure you've seen me and heard my voice enough here, there, and yonder to get you, Phil. Alrighty, we are on our 6th sprint. I have 25 minutes on the timer. I have my portrait of Emily done, so I can actually start writing up stuff about her. So let's get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I will see you back here in 25 minutes. Beepity beep, beepity beep, beepity beep, beepity beep. Hello. Fancy meeting you here. So strange. So strange. Alrighty. So I got a bit more done on the character and figuring out where she's from and all that kind of thing. I need to name the player. Just realized that. Oh, so much more to do. Anyway. And then I remembered I forgot to record something for someone, and I got that recorded really quickly. I just need to clean up the audio and send it to them because they need it by tomorrow morning. Last minute requests to do things. I'm always good at forgetting that. So, how did everyone else do?
Megan, you're muted.
It would help if I'd unmute myself. I was going through the dictionary and looking for more words. I found quite a few, and now I'm up to the G's. So
I'm assuming I'm the last person to see that Laura had a phone call and will see us on her stream. But just in case you all missed it, that's where Laura is. How did you
I
do?
saw
Chad?
as we came back. I right now am trying to take two sections where it's too similar and trying to create, one of them to be different from the other one. And I see what she means about I did kind of use the same thing. And I need to figure out how to word the second one, even out of a similar situation, so it's not exactly the same thing twice.
I feel. I've been guilty of that on many occasions. Don't feel bad. It's a thing that happens. What were you up to?
I ate another bowl of soup and I scrolled through Archive of Our Own. Most of the bowls are like,
those are some decent sized bowls.
You're like my coffee cup size.
it's a Campbell's bowl cup thingy.
And it's festive too.
How did everyone else do? I don't know if my chat is not updating or my chat's not updating.
If I dipper my tongue.
Yay. So I see that Kate started the sprint with a 5-minute meditation and then got 331 words. Yay! That is awesome. And Abigail got 406 words. Hey, it finally showed up over here. One of them did. I love it when it lags like that. It snaps all around to everyone. I am really excited to be getting more work done on this story. Can't wait to get back into drafting. I'm trying to figure out what level of detail to go into because me and outlining, not friends, but I need to know things up front before I can get started writing this one, which is painful. Maggie says, so you ate the same volume of soup as your head?
Oh, Maggie, you tagged the wrong person, but yes. Actually, it might be bigger than my head. With two of them.
Oh, that's sweet.
If I was able to, I would eat an entire pot of soup. And I don't make small pots of soup.
The only time I make small pots of soup is when I'm making ramen because ramen's not good as leftovers,
Yeah, not.
which is really tricky because the original recipe we had for making the noodles made way too many. Like it was like a restaurant's worth of noodles. We didn't
Oh my
realize that. Like the recipe didn't state like unless you're having like 12 to 20 people over, you're not going to eat all of these noodles. And we're just like, this looks like an awful lot of noodles. And
It was an awful lot of
it was
noodles.
an awful lot of noodles. And they turned gray by the second day, so we didn't use them. Like,
Ew.
yeah. So, ugh. Maggie got 211 words and some spaghetti.
Woo.
I think I'm going to try to talk the hubby into having some of that lasagna tonight because it's mocking me. It's just sitting in there mocking me. Did we have lasagna for dinner last night? No. Did we have it the night before? Yes, but that's the night that we made it, so it doesn't count. But we were going to be having it for dinners, and that's why I can have it for lunch. It's mocking me. I can
Well,
hear
it
it calling.
That's just rude.
I can hear it calling to me. Like,
Wait, how much lasagna do you guys make when you make
oh,
lasagna?
like two big pans. Like the base recipe that we makes two like of the big pans of it. Like, there's enough in there for like.
You should be able to eat it as for lunch.
That's my feeling. That's my feeling exactly. But
I'm one of those people that like if I make lasagna because I only make it once, very rarely. I will eat nothing but lasagna until it is gone.
I feel the same way.
I've eaten it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner
Mhm.
Yeah.
because I was not wasting it because it was like, one, the meat had been given to me and it was not cheap meat.
ooh.
Oh, nice.
It was like, because my parents know the people and they buy like half a cow's worth of meat from them. So like, and these cows like, the cows actually legitimately refuse to eat anything but fresh, like the freshest grass.
Nice. And
They don't want to go in the barn.
Laura, all I can say to that is, do it. Just do it. Ramen is good. Ramen is life. See, this is the problem with not being able to have friends over, and I can't wait till that happens again. I've got like an 18-hour broth recipe for ramen that is so good. It takes forever to make because you're just building layer upon layer upon layer of flavor. Like, you start with bones and work your way up from there. Like, oh, but it's not worth doing by yourself. Like, it's just too extravagant. Like, even I feel dirty, and that says a lot because it takes a lot to trip my guilt instincts. Yes, that's what I said. But see, the hubby's logic on this was this will keep us from doing like fast food because he'd been picking up fast food on the way home because he's like, I don't feel like cooking. I know you don't feel like cooking. Why don't I pick up X? So the idea is it'll just be there. So when I say, why don't I just pick up blah, 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 blah on the way home, you can be like, no, there's lasagna. And I'm like, yes. And there could be lots of other things that we could just like pre-make and have in the
That's
freezer.
just too logical.
Why you gotta be so logical?
Yeah. Ooh. Yes, it's very good. And the noodles are remarkably easy to make. You just have to have a little bit of forethought in making them. But
We use store-bought ones.
I'm just saying the if you want to make them yourself, ATK has a really good recipe for it. America's Test Kitchen. They literally take like 5 minutes of prep, like an hour in the fridge to like prepare themselves for the cookery. And then voila, and they are amazing. Some of the best ramen I've ever had. Let's see. You wrote nada. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. We don't need to be stressing ourselves out because that's where the bad things are. Life has been stressful enough without us adding to our own cares and concerns. So actually 5.5 short minutes, Laura is going to begin streaming over on her channel. There is a link for everybody who may want to go there. I am probably going to be going over there because I have to at least edit this audio for Sage because I am doing a voice for her story for Orla Hart. And I am very excited about it, and I need to get it sent over there for her.
I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Yay. All right. So does anybody want to do anything? An outro of any way, shape, or form before we go and head over to Laura's?
I'm good.
Too.
Tessa streams all the time. Kat's channel is over on Twitch. There should be a link maybe to it. I don't know. There's a link to stuff in the description for these people. Hopefully I've gotten them updated. And if not, I'm currently in the process of doing that because I keep thinking that I did and I haven't. By the way, Glory actually made it to over 100 subs and is now at youtube.com/GloryWritesTheBlues, which is awesome. I got my official artist channel today, so Project Shadow is now official.
Nice.
And they also sent me a letter saying, we realized that people are really upset that we've been duplicating their music and taking the views for ourselves. Those will be merged into your channel within the next week. So
good.
Yay. Because while that doesn't affect me too much because I'm a nobody that nobody's ever heard of when it comes to like music because I haven't really done it for a very long time, I can imagine like if you're like a named musician, that would really like upset you that your views are going to some auto-generated channel, you know? But yay, I am very excited. I got that today and I need to finish my profile over there. I have to write a freaking band bio, which is like, dude does music, blah. The bios are my least favorite thing to do.
That's why I just copy and paste the same line everywhere.
Yeah, I just don't feel like, you know, Charlie is a writer is like the exact thing that I should be put. I don't know. So yeah. I don't know. I don't know about all that. But okay, fine. I will take your compliment, Bondage. Yes, save the cat. Hashtag drink. Hashtag more soup.
More soup.
Hashtag terrific. Tessa. Magnificent Megan. All of the hashtaggery. All right. I have not scheduled this week's Fanfiction Friday yet because I am really concerned about how my mind is going to be going over the next couple days, just because I know like the state of like just wanting to curl up in bed that I'm in right now. So hopefully we will be doing Fanfiction Friday at this regular time over on the Project Shadow channel this Friday starting at 5 p.m. Eastern. More than likely it will happen. I just didn't want to put the thing up to have to take it down depending if I had a adverse reaction to not having to freak out at the news every morning. Because that actually starts tomorrow because all day today we just watched everything that happened. Like, please, nothing bad. 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 Yay! They're done. Okay. Whew, can breathe now. So hopefully this will be a good change. Those delightful titties. Oh, that is funny. I likes it. I don't know if delightful is going to be the thing because if I do the one song that I'm wanting to put up there, it will actually have my growl voice on it. So it will be fairly, down in there. And I don't know how delightful a lot of people will find that. Anywho, I hope that you all had a good time. Don't forget to give Laura a like when you get over there. Even if you can't stay, just head over there. Give her a like. Make sure that she knows that she's loved because she's amazing. And never thought I'd have to say all the things that I'm saying at the end of these things, but remember, democracy matters. Like, should go without saying, but it apparently needs it. Black Lives Matter, again, should go without saying, but needs it. Black Trans Lives Matter and trans identities are magic. You don't know what we get up to in the dark. Whee! And until next time, may you have the courage to ride your dreams into reality. And don't forget to have the fun. Bye.
Bye.